Hi, I'm Devin. Thank you for joining me today and taking a moment for movement. In today's yoga workout, we'll focus primarily on mat work, meaning we are not going to do any standing postures. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for updates on future videos. Once you do that, come meet me on your mat in a comfortable seated position. Let's get started in our easy seat. Legs crossed, hands on the knees, shoulders back, away from the ears, and stacked over our hips. Breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Let your chest, back, and abdomen expand with each inhale, and gently relax with each exhale. And we want to keep breathing deeply throughout our entire practice. The more we practice our breath, the more intuitive it comes to our daily life. Gently lower your chin to your chest, find length in the back of the neck, and then ease your ear towards your shoulder. Chin back to your chest, roll the opposite ear to the opposite side, and repeat a couple times, moving gently. Notice if you have any tightness. Just move a little bit more gently, breathing deeply and focusing on relaxing that area. And then bring your chin to center, lift your chin off your chest, look forward, and interlace your fingers, lift your palms all the way up towards the sky, lengthen the body, roll the shoulders back, and reach from your fingers all the way to your tailbone, rooting you down into the mat. Continue breathing deeply here, and on your next exhale, reach your hands over to the right side, keeping your arms back, biceps next to the ears, chest open and forward. Exhale through center. Inhale, exhale, opposite side, and breathe. Inhale back through center, exhale, drop your hands down to your knees and round the back. Draw your chin towards your chest, look down towards the mat. And inhale, lift the chest up, looking upwards. A couple more times, moving with your breath. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Excellent. So let's rotate onto our hands and our knees. We're going to continue that breath and body movement linked as one with a couple cat-cows. So essentially the same back position, but we're working against gravity a little bit differently here. So we're going to exhale, arch the back, draw your chin towards your chest, and then inhale, round the spine, look upwards. So exhale, arch. Inhale, round. Good, let's do one more. And then come to neutral spine, keeping your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. I'd like you to draw the abdominals in towards your spine and lift the right arm and left leg nice and long. Exhale, bend the knee and elbow, draw them together, tuck the chin. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. So use the muscles along the back of the body to lift the arm and leg, and the abdominals and the muscles of the front of the torso to draw the knee and elbow together. Let's do one more inhale, holding the arm and leg nice and long, lifting up a little bit higher through the hand and heel to really activate the muscles along the back side of the body. Draw the abs in a little bit deeper for support. Take one more nice deep breath. And exhale, hand and knee back down to the mat, centering the hand under the shoulder, the knee under the hip. Opposite side, inhale, left arm, right leg, out. And exhale, bend the knee and elbow, draw them together. Inhale, exhale. If this is a little bit too intense, you can slide the back foot along the mat rather than keep it lifted. Excellent. On your next inhale, let's hold the arm and leg out. Keep breathing. Lift a little bit higher. Draw those abs in a little bit deeper. And exhale, release. Hand and knee down to the mat. Sit your hips back on your heels for child's pose. Round forward over the thighs. Walk your hands out a little bit further from the hips, finding space through the upper back. And then walk your hands over towards the right corner of the room. Sit your left hip back. Feel that gentle stretch along the left side of the torso, through those intercostal muscles of the rib cage. Walk your hands back through center and then over towards the left corner of your room, shifting your weight back into the right hip now. Opposition stretch. Excellent. Let's bring the hands forward. We're going to lean forward, lower our forearms down to the mat, cup our hands around our elbows to ensure the elbows are under the shoulders, and then we're going to interlace our fingers out in front of us, gluing the pinkies down to the mat, creating a nice tripod of support for the body. We're going to do some dolphins, another moving posture to help build strength through the arms, chest, back, abs, and glutes. So curl the toes under, lift the knees off of the mat, lifting the tailbone up towards the sky, and moving with the breath, we inhale, lower into a forearm plank. Exhale, press through the forearms, draw the abs in, lift the tailbone all the way up. So move at your own pace. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. If you'd like to make this a little bit easier, you can always walk your feet back on the mat, away from your elbows. But if you'd like to make it more challenging, you walk your feet forward. All right? So find a happy medium for you. We want this to be challenging, but we also want it to be sustainable. We want you to be able to do a couple more here. Feeling that heat intensify through the working muscles. You should still be able to take nice deep breaths. Let's do one more. And then gently lower your knees down. Walk your hands and hips back, coming back into our child's pose, letting the forehead relax down to the mat. Excellent job. Let's lift our head up, look forward at the space between our hands, come into downward facing dog by curling the toes, lifting the hips up towards the sky, and rooting down gently through the heels, finding a little bit more length and stretch along the backs of the legs. So now let's turn on those glutes, get them working. We're going to do a couple alternating leg lifts. So inhale, right leg up, exhale it down. We're lifting from the glute. Inhale, left, exhale, lower. Inhale right, exhale lower. Good. Inhale left and lower. One more each side. Good. On your next inhale, lift the right heel all the way up. And exhale, step that foot forward between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Drop your hips down and forward. Maybe we need to walk our left foot back a little bit in order to keep the right knee over the ankle. If we don't walk that foot back and have the flexibility, we end up with the knee forward of the toes. We don't want that. We want everything stacked. Or, on the other hand, maybe you need a little help getting that foot forward. You're welcome to lower the left foot and use your hand to assist you in walking that right foot forward on the mat. Okay? So once we have our right foot grounded and under our right knee, lift that left knee back up if you've lowered it down, and hold it here in our low lunge, pressing through the back left heel, feeling the stretch through the front of the left quad and hip flexor, inner thigh, and just breathe. Keep the left hand where it is, under the left shoulder. We're going to rotate to the right, reach the right arm up, open the chest towards the right inner thigh, and look up towards the right hand. Breathe deeply. Let's lower our right hand down to where it began on the mat. Gently lower the left knee, press the hips back, straightening out the right leg, lifting the toes, and then fold forward over the thigh. Excellent. Walk the hands forward, lower the right toes. Keep the left hand under the left shoulder. We're going to pick up our right hand and place it between the left hand and the right foot. Walk your right foot a couple inches over to the right side and turn the toes out about 45 degrees. Now we're going to work on stretching the inner thigh. So I want you to think of opening up the leg as if it's the cover of a book. Okay, so everything moves together. We're opening from the hip. So gently lower the outside edge of the leg towards the floor, rolling the foot towards the pinky side edge. So the sole of the foot actually comes off the mat. Now we have both hands grounded. We're going to hold it here, breathing deeply. On our next exhale, bend the elbows in towards the torso, just a little bit at a time. We're going to intensify that stretch through the right hip and thigh. If this is too intense, straighten out the elbows. If you can deepen that stretch a little bit, maybe you can bring one or both forearms down to the mat. If you prefer to flatten the back toes, go right ahead. You can disperse the weight of the back leg a little bit by pressing the top of the left foot more deeply into the mat. Let's ease out of this, straightening out our arms, lowering the right foot back to the mat. Excellent. And now walk the right foot in towards the midline, pick the right hand up, and bring it back out to the outside of the right foot. Curl the left toes, lift the hips, and step the right leg back, coming back into downward facing dog. Pedal the heels, notice the way our hips feel. One feels a little bit more loose than the other. And now we'll switch sides. Inhale, left heel up, and exhale, step it forward, or maybe lower the right knee to help draw the left foot forward by using the hands. But again, we're stacking the knee over the ankle, dropping our hips down and forward, easing into this low lunge, feeling that stretch through the hamstring and hip flexor, through the quad and hip flexor, through the inner thigh. Breathe deeply. Excellent. Let's lower the right knee and walk our hands back, shifting the weight, lifting up the left toes, folding forward. Good. Let's walk our hands forward, lower the left toes, lift the right knee, press into the right hand and lift the left arm up, squeezing the shoulder blades together, rotating the chest towards the left inner thigh. Excellent. Let's lower the left hand, lower the right knee, and now pick up the left hand and place it just inside the left foot and the right hand, creating some space for you to walk your left foot towards the left edge of your mat, and then rotate the toes out about 45 degrees. So as we've seen on the previous side, we're creating space for our torso to move and lower down towards the mat. So start by opening up that hip. We're gonna lower the outside of the left leg towards the floor. So we're rotating onto the outside edge of the left foot. The sole of the foot is now visible and is not connected to the mat. But our hands are under our shoulders. We're bending our elbows, lowering our chest little by little. And you may notice a difference on this side. So we want to move gradually. If you can, come on down to one or both forearms. Or if you have a block available, you can always bring your forearms to a block as well. Back leg can remain as is, or you can flatten the top of the foot and press the top of the foot into the mat. Takes a little weight out of the kneecap. Excellent. Let's straighten out our arms. Lower the left foot to the mat, walk it in towards the midline, and then bring the left hand back around to the outside. Curl the right toes. Let's step back to downward dog. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Maybe you want to pedal your heels. And now let's gently lower the hips down, coming into plank, bringing the shoulders over the hands, drawing the abs in towards the spine. Take a nice deep breath and walk your feet at least your own foot length apart from one another. From our plank, we're going to shift into side plank. So let's drop our heels down to the left, lift the right arm up and all the way up towards the sky. You can always lower the left shin down for a little bit more support, or if you're looking for more of a challenge, you can stack the right foot on top or even float that foot up if you really want to give your abs, your core, your shoulders, your legs a little bit more work. All right, let's take one more breath and then come down to our traditional plank. Walk your feet a little bit wider apart again if you've stacked them together. Take a nice deep breath here, and now we'll repeat on the opposite side. So drop your heels down to the right, press into the right palm, lift the left arm up. You can always lower the right shin to the mat, or you can try one of the challenging variations we introduced on the previous side. Good, let's come back down to plank. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale through chaturanga, bending the elbows. Let's hold it when we get our elbows to 90 degrees. Draw the abs in a little bit tighter. And then exhale all the way down. Stomach to the mat, flatten the tops of the feet, stack one hand on top of the other. Rest your cheek on top and take a couple nice deep breaths. Noticing how your body feels, its warmth, the muscles that feel elongated. Now bring the toes and heels together. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Keep the fingers spread wide. The elbows are bent, tucked in next to your rib cage. Before we even lift into our cobra pose, I'd like you to draw your abdominals up and in. All right? So you might not feel anything actually coming off of the mat. That's okay, but you should feel that engagement through the abdominals. So lift the abs up and in. And then on our next inhale, we're going to lift the face, neck, and chest little by little off the mat until we can't lift any further. Then we're pressing into the palms, turning on the triceps, coming up just a little bit more, drawing our gaze up, up, up towards the space where the wall meets the ceiling. Holding it here, breathing deeply, keeping the space between our earlobes and our shoulders. Our shoulders should be back and relaxed. And breathe. Excellent. Let's ease the body back down little by little. Stack the hands and rest the opposite cheek on top. Let the heels roll away from one another. Let's reach our left arm out in front of the left shoulder. Right arm is reaching back along our side. Bend the right knee. Pull the heel in towards the glute and feel that delicious stretch down the quad. So reach your kneecap down towards the bottom of your mat. And if you are more comfortable with your chin or your forehead on the mat, go right ahead. And we'll gently switch sides. So lower the right foot, reach the right arm out, and we'll switch. Left arm back along your left side as you bend the left leg, pulling the heel in towards the glute. Think about lengthening the left thigh, reaching the kneecap down towards the bottom of your mat, maybe pressing the hip flexor, the area where the pockets would be on the front of our jeans, down into the floor. Release. Now we're going to put that together. So let's bring our arms alongside our body, bend the knees, grab a hold of the feet or ankles, and just start with that gentle quad stretch. So we're pulling the heels towards the glutes, we're reaching the kneecaps down towards the bottom of the mat, and we're going to combine this with the previous posture. So draw the abdominals in, and we're going to lift the face, neck, and chest up little by little, rolling the shoulders back and together, And now press your feet in towards your hands. And if you can, we're going to use our glutes to lift our toes up towards the ceiling, coming into bow pose, Dhanurasana. So let's hold this here just for a breath or two. If your thighs are still on the mat, that's totally fine. Let's breathe. And gently release. Lower the thighs. Bring the hands under your shoulders so you can press your torso up and back, coming into child's pose. Draping the torso over the thighs, letting the upper body relax. Begin to ease the face, neck, and chest up. And next we'll move into final relaxation. So swing your legs around and come lay on your mat in Shavasana. Your whole body relax. Walking your heels about mat width apart. Positioning your arms about halfway between your hips and your shoulders. Tucking the shoulder blades under so the chest is lifted. And breathing deeply. My toes, feet, and heels are releasing and relaxing. My toes, feet, and heels are released and relaxed. Calves and knees are releasing and relaxing. My ankles, calves, and knees are released and relaxed. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are releasing and relaxing. My thighs, hips, and buttocks are released and relaxed. My abdomen and lower back are releasing and relaxing. My abdomen and lower back are released and relaxed. My fingers, hands, and wrists are releasing and relaxing. My fingers, hands, and wrists are released and relaxed. Forearms, elbows, and upper arms are releasing and relaxing. My forearms, elbows, and upper arms are released and relaxed. My chest, back, and shoulders are releasing and relaxing. My chest, back, and shoulders are released and relaxed. My neck, head, and face are releasing and relaxing. My neck, head, and face are released and relaxed. My mind is calm. My breathing is even. And I am completely relaxed. fingers and toes. Bring the heels together and reach your arms overhead, elongating the body, awakening it. Gently reach your arms over towards the right side and towards the left side. And then bend your knees towards your chest. Grab hold of the shins, gently pull them in a little bit closer. Rock side to side, massaging the back, the kidneys. And then roll over onto your right side. Place your left hand in front of your chest. Take a nice deep breath. Press into the left hand. Lift the body up. Coming to a seated position. Namaste. Great job. Thank you for joining me and taking a moment for movement.